What's up, everybody? It's Andre Iguodala from the Golden State Warriors here. It's my pleasure, on behalf of New Amendment and the Point Forward podcast, to invite you all out on Friday, March 10th, to Beyond the Big Ten live recording taking place at Over Under Sports Bar in Lincoln Park, Chicago. That's Friday, March 10th at Over Under from 3 to 7 p.m. Look forward to catching y'all there.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back, and thanks for joining us. You're tuned into the About Sparta podcast, brought to you by the good folks at New Amendment. You can catch us on Beyond Big Ten on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And more importantly, you can find me at Raymar Morgan 2 and Travis at Travis_Walton_419 on all social media platforms. Before we get started, man, Trav, tell me, how was your weekend?
Oh, man, my weekend was incredible. I got to see you.
Oh, for sure.
See the brothers, man. We got together, seeing all our people. What an incredible weekend to just kick back. And then yesterday I got to get breakfast with you. We got to go see our guy Cheese Shop.
Yes, sir, man.
We went in 3 different cars. Like,
In less than an hour and a half, it was unbelievable. Very remarkable on Cheese's end, by the way.
Oh, but it was incredible, man. Those moments for me, and I'm not sure probably for yourself as well, them priceless moments, because it just get the guys back together that I've been known for a very, very long time, and that has become family. You feel me?
For sure, man. For sure, it's definitely, I would have to say, a brotherhood, man, and just being able to reconnect with all those guys in one place. Yeah. Man, the vibes are immaculate. So it was great to see everybody and being able to catch up with everybody, man.
No doubt.
Hey, with that being said, man, let's jump into these X's and O's. Tuesday, February 28th, the Spartans took on Nebraska at Nebraska and was able to capture a 80-67 win. Man, we had some guys that were just lighting it up. We shot 45 from the field, 55 from 3, and 85 from the free throw line. Offensively, it seemed like we were clicking on all cylinders. And, man, we just played Spartan basketball. Out-rebounded them by 7, 34-27, and had 12 offensive rebounds, which really took us over the top. And getting that victory. Trav, just recap and tell me what you thought about the victory and how we played as a whole.
Man, this game was a great game. Watching this game, I was so excited. And I was excited for so many different reasons. So the first one was, I was like, Nebraska is doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing.
Oh, for sure.
They come out, great energy. Guys are playing out their mind. They were leading multiple times to that first half by 15 points. The crowd was incredible there. So that alone, I was like, wow, what a great game to be a part of. Because watching the game, Ray, there was not one time I honestly didn't feel we wasn't going to win that game. I was definitely sitting thinking, this is going to be exciting. And the reason I said that is because the poise that our guys were playing with when we were down 12, 15 points, we were pushing the ball. We were getting great shots. Guys were making shots. They just was playing out their mind, playing great.
Yeah, for sure.
So to see us come back in the second half, we won the second half 54-29. And like you said, we shot 55% from the 3-point line. So I just thought all around, man, this was just a great game to watch. Not because of how it started, but just because when we know what's going on and how our guys are growing, I just was like, that was a fun game to be a part of.
Yeah, I would have to agree. It was a character win. It showed the team's character, how poised they were throughout the game, and how they just stuck with it. I think when you have guys like Hoggy. He didn't play his best of games, but man, he like I said, he was everywhere. Had 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 14 assists. Man, it seemed like he just led us to victory. So I mean, I think last week we stated on if we can handle them throwing the first punch and respond, we're gonna win this game. And that's exactly what they showed. They came out. We started off a little bit slow, but once we got it going that second half, man, there was no looking back. And shouts out to Coach Iz, man. He did an excellent job in leading these guys to victory.
Yeah, man, kind of like what you said with Hoger, man, with AJ. He had 14 assists. And I think what's taking place in his game right now, like he's growing at an extreme rate, right? And he's growing both on the court himself and also learning how to deal with Coach more. Because there was times throughout the game where I was like, how can he handle Coach going off and having a moment? Because Coach was going, right? He knew that this was going to happen and that they were going to throw the first punch. And I thought AJ was just controlling the team. He was making great passes, had a couple good finishes. It was one time they had a stretch. They made a big bucket. They were up like 15. He got the ball and he pushed it up and got a layup. And I remember earlier in the year, and if you listen to, the games on TV, they're talking about how this team is not like our teams in the past as far as in pace and pushing the basketball. But what I've been watching the last few games, we're starting getting more pace. And that's the engine. That's AJ. So for him to have 14 dimes and to play the way he playing, like, is exciting for us heading into the Big Ten tournament.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's throw out a couple of more numbers, too. Hauser ended up with 20-7, Walker 19-5, and man, Akins, who's really been playing great as of late, 17 and 1 rebound. I mean, if they can get that consistent scoring effort night in, night out, we're going to be a hard team to beat coming up in this Big Ten tournament.
Yeah, man. Like you said, it will be a hard team to beat. Hauser, Joey, he played incredible. He was 6 for 11 from the 3-point line. And when they were making that run the first half, he was just hitting shots, right? Yeah. He was hitting threes for us, spacing the floor, had a calming presence. And then, like you said, AJ opened the second half with a couple big threes. And I just been liking the way that he been playing. He been poised. He been shooting the ball really good. I'm excited. Like I said, I'm just excited. I feel really good, especially as we go forward. I got some great stats. I feel really good about us.
What you saying moving forward, let's go on ahead and move to the next game that was played on Saturday, March 4th against the Ohio State Buckeyes at home on senior night. Man, we played our butts off again, man. I feel we had a couple of slip-ups toward the end, but anytime you can have 5 guys in double figures, your chances of winning just are that much higher. So shout out to those guys. Hauser again, 16 and 6. Malik Hall chipped in with 10 and 3. Tyson Walker, 15 and 3. Hoggy, man, another big game, 23, 3 and 7. I mean, this guy, he's starting to get in his groove. And Akins, like I said, is really playing well, 13 and 3. So these guys are starting to find their niche and are starting to click on all cylinders. So it's good to see, especially during this time of the season.
Yeah, man, like you said, Ohio State, senior night. Right? How are we going to respond with the different emotions going on? The guys, Jason Witt, these guys are starting, right? So we got all our seniors starting. And how do you respond with everything that's been going on? This is your last game at Nebraska for the year. And I thought we came out great. I thought we had great energy. I thought we were making shots. We were pushing the ball. We were sharing the ball. We were playing good defense. And I just think all of that emotion, like you said, they had a couple moments where they did push back and kind of put us in some tight spots. But I didn't expect anything less from Ohio State. They're young. They're the second worst team in the Big Ten. And their coach is saying to them, similar to Nebraska as far as in the message, the battle cry, hey, let's go out here, let's play hard, let's finish strong. because neither one of those teams. Now, obviously, we know Nebraska has a better record than Ohio State, but neither one of those teams are going to make the tournament. So you want to finish the season strong. You want to build to the Big Ten to, hey, maybe you find something in there, right? You got some good players. Let's get some chemistry. Let's get some things going well, and let's play well. So Ohio State making a comeback and making a push, it wasn't a surprise. Some guys made some big plays. Sensabaugh really made some good plays. It was good to kind of see him. He's a good player. So,
yeah.
But I was happy with how we finished that game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. With that being said, man, let's go into the scouting report. With the Big Ten tournament here, I feel like it's only right for us to touch on the scouting report. We ended the Big Ten regular season in 4th place, despite playing one game less than our opponents in the Big Ten. How do you see us finishing up with so much at stake? Because if we recall during our time at state, this was always a struggle for us in the Big Ten tournament. Yeah. We never could really reach that final goal in winning a Big Ten tournament championship. So with that stuck in the back of your mind like it is mine, how do you think we fare in this Big Ten tournament?
Ray, I am so excited. I've been excited to get to this part of the segment because I feel like we are playing and we rolling right now. Right? Like, so check this out. Our last five games, we have shot from the 3-point line against Michigan, 7 for 19, 36%. Indiana, 10 for 21, 47%. Iowa, 11 for 15, 73%. Nebraska, 16 for 29, 55%. Ohio State, 12 for 20, 60%. We are shooting the ball great right now. Yeah. We have talked about this. We talked about this early when Mo was on. AJ and Tyson is the head of the snake. We need them playing well. And then Joey, we need Joey playing well. Joey, last 5 games, 56% from the 3-point line. He's shooting the ball great. 3 for 7 against Michigan, 2 for 7 against Indiana, 4 for 4 against Iowa, 6 for 11 against Nebraska, and 3 for 3 against Ohio State. Dog, we're playing well. For the year, the end of the year, Ray, we got 4 guys shooting 40% and above from the 3-point line.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Those last 5 games, think about this, Ray. We were winning Michigan. We were beating Michigan. We had that game. Yeah. We had some hiccups at the end. They end up winning. Indiana, we come back. We beat them. Good game. Iowa, we winning convincingly the whole game. They come back at the end. Rare situation. Never happens. We come back and beat Nebraska and Ohio State. If you look at Michigan State basketball, and we talked about this at the beginning, this is our time. Even though the Big Ten has always been great to us in the Big Ten tournament, I'm feeling really good about going into the Big Ten tournament. And when you look at the schedule is very favorable for us. We're in a really good space. So I'm really thinking, man, I think we can win this. Like, I'm really like, hey, we can actually win this. We got a really good shot. So I don't know about you, man. I feel good heading into the postseason, heading into the Big Ten tournament. I think we are dangerous.
No, I have to agree with you, man. Like we said before, good guard play goes a long way. And I think with these 2 guys leading the way in Hoggard and Walker, man, they're just carrying us right now. They're carrying us, and then you, like I said, we have X Factor and Joey Hauser. And then I think once Malik has one good game and can ride it out, I think we're going to be very dangerous because Jaden Akins is playing outside of his mind right now as well. So we got some guys, man. I think if Iz can keep that 8 to 9 man rotation keep some guys fresh, and just keep us at a steady pace. We'll be just fine.
Yeah, because like think about this, right? Just think about the tournament. Ohio State and Wisconsin play first, and then they play Iowa. We get the winner of that. I think Wisconsin wins that against Ohio State. So, and I think Iowa beats either team. I think Iowa beats Wisconsin. Yeah. When we play Iowa, I think we're going to play Iowa. I think that's a great setup game for us because now we have bulletin material. Yeah. They came back. They made some big shots. I'm sure that they were talking hellish trash. I know they were talking, right?
This game alone is just a get back game. Like we
it's just
need
a get back game. We need it, right? So now we go from there. Then we got Purdue, right? We talked about this. He had 32 and 38. I said that's a great college player, but we got pride. We got some guys on that side of the ball that's saying, you know what? We're not letting this happen 3 times. We want this matchup. We want this matchup. We had them beat. We were winning at the Breslin. Yeah. At home. We just had an incredible game, and it was all him. It was all Zach.
Yeah. It was
all Zach. We're going to come into that game. Bulletin board material. You know how that goes for us.
No, for sure.
And then we went into the championship game, and that's just the championship game. Everything goes out the door. But the 2 games we need leading into the championship game, dog, I am excited. I know, because we've been in those shoes, what's going on in practice right now. It is spring break. We got 2-a-days. Guys are locking in. The players are feeling good about themselves, Ray. You know when we feeling good, like it's tough. It's tough to beat us. So take this, and this is my senior year when we were rolling. We came in the Big Ten tournament feeling good. We just had some hiccups, right? We had a big hiccup, and that just threw us off our rhythm. So heading to the Big Ten when you're feeling pretty good, guys shooting the ball well. Tyson Walker just got second team. AJ just got third team. So third team all Big Ten, second team all Big Ten. Guys feeling good. I'm excited, dog. I think we're gonna win the Big Ten tournament.
No, I would agree, man. And I think you can tell by the last couple of games how engaged guys are, even from the guys coming off the bench. A Holloman smacking the floors, clapping his hands on the defensive man. Guys is locked in now. You could tell the difference from the beginning of the Big Ten regular season play, then towards the end where we're preparing for the Big Ten tournament. So I'm so excited, and I can't wait, man. I can't wait to see these games because I think that we're gonna shock the world and shock a lot of people playing these upcoming games.
Yeah, and we in Chicago, great city.
Oh man, great! The windy
I was literally
city.
looking at. Yeah, man, I was literally looking at stuff, and I'm going through it, and I said, "Uh-oh, y'all better be watch. Y'all better watch because we shooting the ball." I didn't realize we had 4 guys shooting 40%, and I really didn't realize over these last 5 games we have shot the ball so great as a team. And with Joey shooting the ball, the way he's shooting the ball, and like you said, Malik coming along, man, like this can be a special year because I don't think, if you look at the Big Ten standings, I'm saying Purdue finished with a 3-game lead. Everybody else was like neck to neck, and I think we had a chance to beat Purdue. There's no fully dominant team. Earlier in the year, I was like, Purdue fully dominant. After that, I was like, but then watching the year, and it's a toss-up, dude. It's a toss-up. It's a toss-up. So
it's about whoever you like at the end of the day, because anybody can beat anybody. So whenever it's like that, I think that causes for more exciting basketball because you just don't know. You don't know who's gonna come with their A game that day, or who's gonna just outwork the opposing team. So it's gonna be a special thing. This Big Ten tournament. Speaking of Big Ten tournaments, Trav, what is your most fondest memory of the Big Ten tournament throughout your tenure at Michigan State?
So this is crazy because my most fondest memory was my senior year, right? Like it really was. Like we were having such a great year and things were going our way. And we got into the Big Ten tournament and things just did not go the way we needed them to go, right? As a team.
No,
and
for sure.
When you're not doing things and you're not connected at the hip on a great team, and I say this to my kids now, like, you don't always have to like each other, right? You don't always have to hang out with each other. But you got to be on the same agenda on the court.
No, for sure.
It
has to be. It has to be. It has. At the end of the day, it has to be one common goal, and everybody has to share that one common goal, and that's winning.
Yes,
and that's winning.
Yes, and that's winning. So distractions, you got to block them out. Right out the family, the friends. You got to block out everything. When we step on the court and go, we got the same goals that we were road warriors. Yeah. We were 8-1 on the road. We were blasting shit. And that year, Caleb was offensive player of the year, and Coach had got coach of the year. Right? Like, so we were like rolling. And but we knew as a group, we wasn't clicking, walking in the elevator. We wasn't clicking, sitting there eating dinner together. It was just off. We was just off, right?
It was tension in the air. It was crazy.
It was just tension. I don't know, a lot of different things were going on, but it was just not characteristic
we
of
just
us.
Had a lot of outside distractions, yeah, for sure. For sure.
We had a lot of outside distractions. So we came in and we lost to Ohio State. We had already beat Ohio State. But that was my most fondest memory, Ray, because when we lost that game, I remember going into the locker room. I remember that moment where it was like, wait a second, we won the top 10 in the country and it's about to be over because we wasn't connected. So I remember, Ray, sitting in that locker room, dog, that day after the game, taking the bus ride home, going into the Breslin, up all night. I was in the Breslin until like 2 a.m. And I remember having a conversation with the coaches. So in that conversation led to us having a team meeting, which led to us going to a national championship game.
Yeah.
So if we wouldn't have lost against Ohio State, I don't think we make it to the national championship game.
Because I'll tell you why I think we wouldn't have. Because I think that blow up would have eventually happened during March Madness, during the tournament. Instead of it happening a week or two before in the Big Ten tournament, it would have eventually sank the ship during the tournament. Yeah. And we would have been out just, probably first or second round, just because we weren't clicking on all cylinders. I think what helped us, man, was bringing in Pastor Jesse. Yep. Pastor Jesse came in and we had a team meeting and he just prayed over us. And after that, it seemed like the skies just opened up and we were all good. Like we was clicking again. It was amazing. Just the energy that was lifted off of us in that time of need was so crucial, was so big, and it helped us. And more importantly, it helped us get to a national championship against North Carolina.
Yeah. What was yours? What's your best memory, fondest memory?
In the Big Ten tournament, I would probably say it would have to either be that or it would be my freshman year. Just seeing Ohio State and how good they were, because that was my class. Like that Thad 5, that was my class. So me just being an onlooker, looking like, golly, these boys is for real. Because I mean, if you think about it, the squad that they had, the Mike Conleys, the Greg Oden, Daquan Cooks, I mean, these guys were loaded. Dave Lighty, go on. You can keep going on.
Yeah,
man. Ron Lewis, Jamar Butler, like dog, they had a brick, they had a squad. No, they had a bro. They were a problem. Because I mean, you got to think too. That year, they went to the Final Four. They lost in the championship, right? To Florida, who was loaded.
Who did they have? Let me see. I think it was what, Mike Conley, Jamar Butler, Greg Oden. They had a 4-man that was good.
Ivan Harris.
Ivan Harris. They were loaded.
Othello Hunter. They had a squad.
Oh, Othello Hunter. It was Othello Hunter.
Listen, and for those that may have forgot, Othello Hunter is a pro's pro. Been in EuroLeague for years on top of years. Like this guy he's a legitimate player. So I mean, these guys were loaded. So I think my fondest memory for me was me being a freshman and then, experiencing the Big Ten for the first time and then just watching these guys, take the reins and going on to win the Big Ten championship and then going all the way to the Final Four, sort of like we did. Unfortunately, we didn't win the Big Ten championship.
Hey, you know what's crazy though, right? Thinking about that, that's actually with Mike Conley, because when we played Mike Conley, he was good. But obviously it was Greg Oden and Jamar. But I thought
Mike Conley became Mike Conley in that Big Ten tournament.
Big Ten tournament led to the NCAA Sweet 16. I think it was like Xavier or somewhere. He took off.
He took off.
He took off.
But I feel like that buildup was from the Big Ten tournament. Because I mean, you could see the flashes in Mike's game, but you could tell like he was turning it over. Like it was starting to click for him. The game was starting to slow down for him. He was more poised. He was more patient. He was more of the Mike Conley he is now. And
man.
He led those guys. He
was a top 5 pick.
Conley was a real deal, man.
He was a real. If you think about, hey, and that's your class, right? So you think about that class at Ohio State. Greg Oden, Mike Conley, they were like number 1, number 2 with Daquan Cook. Jamar, like that was a great year. That was a great year for Ohio State.
Bro, Ron Lewis. People that forget about him
Lewis.
too.
Okay. Yeah.
Ron Lewis was
Ron,
problem.
Ron was on that team.
Like you can't, huh?
Ron was on that team.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, they had a squad, bro.
Yeah, so they starting 5, I think, was Mike Conley, Jamar Butler, Ron Lewis, Othello Hunter, and Greg Oden.
Or was it Ivan? It was either Ivan or Othello. It was one of those two.
It wasn't. They flip flop. That was
depending on who they played. But they had
and they won the Big Ten that year, the Big Ten tournament. They won all of it. Yeah, they won everything.
Yeah, they won all of it.
Yeah.
So that was like I would have to say for me being a freshman and me like my coming in party was just watching these guys, and I was like, damn, hey, this is what it takes.
This is what it takes.
A couple of years later, we got a chance to be in the Final Four, so it all worked out.
Yeah,
man. Now it's time for the most thrilling part of the podcast, Word on Campus. Now, for Word on Campus, I think it would be very valuable to speak on 2 key components whose name have been swirling on if they will stay one more year or not. Now, these 2 not only bring a whole lot of game to the table, but they also provide experience and leadership. If you haven't figured out who it is yet, I'm talking about Tyson Walker and Malik Hall. These guys are eligible to come back and make us a top 5 contender out the gate, considering the class that we're bringing in for next year. Travis, in your opinion, would it be wise to stay at State and try to build something special? Or do you go your separate ways and try your luck as a professional or in the transfer portal?
Well, first off, man, salute Joey, Jason, Malik, and Tyson before we get on you guys, and we appreciate you. The brotherhood, our little bros, man, it's just an amazing, career that you guys have had at Michigan State. Obviously, Tyson and Joey, their transfers in, and they got, placed into, put into the family.
Right.
And there are brothers. So I'm glad that they came to Michigan State, and they both had great careers. So
Yes.
I want to salute those guys first.
Yes.
And then second, man, no, you're right. Listen, okay. I think Tyson we said this earlier, he was like 2.0 Drew Nyson, right? He had all the intangibles. He could score it, skill set high, just figuring it out. And I think he has figured it out. I really do. I think he has a certain pace to his game right now. He's seeing the court, he's scoring, he's doing some really great things. And with the great things he's doing, I think one more year would be huge for him, right? Like, because right now he's not on any draft boards. I'm not sure of his draft status. So getting one more year, showing all your strengths, tightening up the weaknesses that they say that you have, I think it'd be great for him. On top of, hey, you making money still. It's like you're going to still make a chicken and at school, right? Like, so why not just stay? Like you said, we're going to be a top 5 team with him and Malik coming back. Be great. Then Malik, same exact thing. I think Malik dealt with some injuries, and I know it may be a little different for him because he has dealt with injuries. So it's always that, man, but what if I get hurt? Or what if this injury comes back again? But guess what, Ray? They get paid. So regardless if that does exist, right? So you've been to Europe. You retire from Europe. If you have that history on you, and I think Malik has NBA potential, you can stay at school, make money, right? Make more money than you're probably going to make your first year out. Because if he had to go if he said, I'm going to leave, he going to go into the G League, right? Get an exhibit 10 or get an exhibit 10 and camp invite. Right now, he's not a two-way guy. He's not a draft pick. So he's an exhibit 10 to a G League player. He's going to make more money at Michigan State doing both, right? $50,000, I think, or something in that range for exhibit 10. And I think the G League salary right now is, I think, $50,000. I'm sure he's going to make more money than that at Michigan State, or make around the same amount, right? I'm hoping more. But that's just from the money side. So I think he should stay, get better, come back to a team that's going to be top 5, and let's go win a national championship if we don't finish as strong as we want to this year. Because I think next year, with those guys coming back, it's going to be good.
Man, it's funny that you say that, because I couldn't agree with you more. But I was going to say, during our time, it would depend on the person and their situation. But now things have completely changed with guys getting paid for their image and likeness is a game changer, because you're actually getting paid now. So whatever circumstance that you might be facing, whether it was my family's struggling, I need to step it up because blase, blah, or blase. It's completely different now. Guys are literally getting paid. So all that is out the door. All that is out the door. All you need to do now come back to school, home in on the skills that you need to get better at, and go from there, man. Lead these guys to hopefully a national championship next year. Because, I mean, next year we will have all the tools that we need and some more to be able to compete on that type of level. These guys that's coming in are top picks throughout the country. So I'm looking forward to seeing it, man. I truly am. I hope Malik comes back. I hope Tyson comes back, because if we can keep all these guys, our core guys, together, it's gonna get real scary. It's gonna be scary hours.
Man, Ray, these dudes making close or more than 6 figures. Some guys 7 figures around the country. If you can stay in college,
man, we went to college at the wrong time. Golly.
Come on, man, the wrong time. So you got guys having the option to make really great money, especially living in the Midwest. So you making that kind of money there, and you're still able to be on a winning, high-profile team with the class that we got coming in. And if those guys can develop behind us, now what it does do, I know some people are going to say, well, what about the development of the guys coming in? It was such a big recruiting class. That's just college. It's okay. You don't have to play. Yeah. There's rare, like what you were able to do, Brandon Dawson, like guys like that, you guys were so good. You were able to come and start as a freshman and get quality minutes, right? Like, but if guys stay, it looks different for everyone, right? If Shannon Brown and Matt Trenton stays at Michigan State, it looks different for you. These are guys that were veterans. They were on a Final Four team. It was different. It looks different. So when you got guys that play significant minutes that are key pieces to you winning, and they don't leave, the class coming in behind them, don't be worried. Go, I get to learn from a vet. I get to compete every day against this guy. Because there's no, I think the kids want to rush it sometimes, and they I got to get to the league. No. You got to figure out how to stay in the league. So if you need to take a year or two to develop good habits, to get stronger, to figure it out, and you making money, please do it, because the NBA, it ain't no game. It ain't no game, right? You play 13, professional basketball is not a game, right? It's a challenge. So if you can hone in all those things, dude, and have a year to where we can be a top 5 team, I just think it's a no-brainer. I honestly do, man. So I'm really hoping that.
I would say that the only thing maybe in Tyson's case is if he has an exceptional run during Big Ten tournament or the NCAA. That's the only way I would be like, okay, this guy might need to step away and really think about whether he needs to stay or not. But other than that, I would have to agree with you and say these guys need to just come back and try to build something special for next year.
Yeah, that's fair. But even with that, Ray, I'm not sure how closely you be following the lead and looking at that stuff. Even if he has an exceptional run, I just think the more track record he has, because he can score the ball. And I love Tyson. I think Tyson got some stuff to his bag. Yeah. So if he averaged 14 points this year, he averaged 18 at Northeastern where he left. I honestly think that next year, I'm not putting a number on how many points he can average. I just think the last 5 games, he has shown the ability to score the ball. And even if he has an incredible run, I don't know if that's enough to get him drafted. right? Like, and I don't think you leave unless you're getting drafted. Because a lot of guys, and you know this, me and you had this conversation all the time, right? Like European basketball, EuroLeague basketball is real deal. So, but I'm not sure how many guys would be like, yo, I'm going to leave college early, not go to the league, and then I want to go right to EuroLeague. Like, it's hard to get to EuroLeague. It's hard. Like, it's rare. So I don't know if it's not the league, it's hard to play like at those ACB, the leagues as a rookie and get like minutes. Sure. That shit hard. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. Like I know, like you said, but I think those dudes both should stay. And man, bring it back, baby. Bring it back. No matter the year. We win a champion. Ray, listen, this is funny. And this is because all guys think this. When you win a championship or you get far, you got so much attention, right? Like you got so much hype. I'm not sure what you were thinking when we made it to the national championship game because you didn't come out. Now you had got sick, but you had an incredible year. You were rolling. So, but you didn't even test the waters, I don't think. You didn't test the waters, did you?
I didn't even test the waters.
Yeah. And
me personally, I wanted to come back and win a national championship.
You wanted to come back.
I wanted to come back. Like I gotta come back because I hated that feeling that we had after that game. I hated it. And I was like, I gotta come back for my senior year so we can try to win a national championship.
You didn't even give it no thoughts.
I didn't.
You were like, I'm coming back. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. But like some guys I know Darrell and maybe Caleb, like I know guys probably entertained it because, right, they had a lot of hype and they had a great tournament run. Man, the funny story is, I remember Dre telling them like, man, I think I can go to the league. It was like for his freshman year. We had just came from we laugh about that all the time because we had a great run. He had played great. And I remember in the locker room him telling me, man, I think I can go to the league this year. I'm about to go to the league.
That just tells you how confident he is within himself.
Yes.
For him to just have one good tournament, because you gotta think, bro, Dre didn't play the whole season for real. He probably averaged like 3 to 4 minutes a game.
He played more than that, man.
For him,
He didn't
play much, bro. He didn't play much. Okay, let's say 10 minutes. 10 minutes a game.
13. Yeah.
Yeah, 10 minutes a game. Bro, but I mean, bro, that's a fourth of a game. Bro, for him to say that is just that lets you know how much confidence Dre has. And that's why I think he deemed so and to be so special to me is because, man, like this loudmouth ass freshman is coming in with all this confidence, but he truly believes it. It's one thing to be like, all right, I'm gonna do this, and just be wolf tickets and just talk. But to really believe it, and then that shit, when shit hit the fan, him stand 10 toes down and stand behind his word. Hey man, you gotta tip your hat to a guy like that. And I've respected him ever since. It's funny because I never forget his freshman year. This might have been the UConn game, and you and him got into it. Y'all was arguing about coming out for warming, what time we should come out. And Dre was like, hell no, man. That was a championship game. Yeah. Dre's like, man, hell no. Why the hell we going out this? We don't never go out like. You like, bro, shut up. Just shut up. Like, first off, you a freshman. Shut up. I'm the senior. I'm the captain. This is what we doing. These two was really arguing. I'm just looking at them like, bro, that's when I knew though. Like Dre is different. He gonna be special. I don't know when he gonna blossom, but he gonna be special. And I've always said that about him when I tell that story, man. So that's
we was about to fight. We was about to fight.
Y'all know the fight about when we were going to come out for warm-ups in the national championship.
We were going to go in. Remember, we was out there too long.
Go in. That's right. That is what it is.
He said, man, we out here too long. I said, dog, shut up. You a freshman. I'm this captain. This is my team. He said, we need to go in. I said, we ain't going in. Queese had to separate us.
Yeah, separate y'all.
We was about we was about to fight the national championship game for warm-up. That's Michigan State for you.
And that let you know what we was dealing with. That just let you know what type of team we had.
Yeah, we were.
Shout out to bro, man. Love him to death. Love you to death, man.
Love
that was a hell of a ride, I would have to say. That was a hell of a ride. And with that said, man, this has been another episode of About Sparta coming to you live. Hey, until next time, my good people. See you.
Beyond the Big Ten is a network of podcasts that aims to be your go-to resource for all things Big Ten. We cover the entire conference with shows hosted by ex-players and athletic alumni, aiming to be your go-to source of information and entertainment for your favorite team. Hosted by ex-Big Ten players, media, and insiders, our podcasts are focused on giving diehard fans and those alums an inside scoop about the teams and people that make the Big Ten Conference one of the most watched and most talked about conferences in sports. We're excited to talk Big Ten basketball with you wherever you may be. Subscribe now.